This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Even with the vaccine, COVID cases continue to surge here and nationally, and that is why Madison students will stay home a little longer.
The Madison Metropolitan School District says the second semester will start virtually. Eventually, there are plans to bring students back in phases whenever COVID conditions improve. MMSD will bring back groups of students every 2 weeks, starting with the youngest grades. The superintendent says it just isn't safe right now to bring them back and says COVID hit too close to home recently.
But we are definitely making sure that health and safety is first for all of our students. And I don't know if you recall that we are the district that did have a student with no underlying conditions to pass from COVID-19.
Local teachers are supporting the decision to remain virtual. Madison Teachers, Inc. released a statement saying members, quote, stand in solidarity with the decision-making process.
We have team coverage on these developments today. Amy Reed breaking down a report from the Department of Public Instruction. But first, let's go to Amanda Quintana, who is getting reaction from parents and teachers about today's decision to remain virtual. Amanda?
Yes, well, it is pretty clear that there are a lot of differing opinions when it comes to what parents think about MMSD's decision to do this, whether it was the right move. While there have been groups of parents that have been trying to get their students to go back into the classroom, have schools open their doors, there have also been groups who want to keep their kids learning virtually.
You've been closed now for 10 months. How do you not have this figured out, especially with all of the emerging data that's there for you to show you how to do this safely?
The bigger thing for me are the staff people and the teachers. They can get sick being around kids. They absolutely can. We have lost teachers in the United States of America to this disease because they were forced to go to school and teach.
Those disappointed in today's decision thought that MMSD might at least allow the younger students to come back. They feel the district isn't being transparent enough, not answering the question, why can other districts across the country and even in Dane County go back, but we can't? But also, many parents see that bringing their kids back to the classroom, there's more risk than reward. They say even if their kids were allowed to go back to the classroom right now, they still wouldn't be able to have fun with their other students and play and socialize like they did before.
Amanda Quintana live tonight. Amanda, thank you. And as districts look to continue or stop virtual school, the State Department of Public Instruction is showing lawmakers what challenges have come up so far. Amy Reed is live now to explain what they found in a statewide survey. Amy?
Well, the schools that had to go virtual last spring encountered a lot of the same issues, from internet to communication and having to solve it all on a dime. Lawmakers asked DPI to survey districts about what it was like, and now they have their answers.
It was difficult for the 97% of school districts in Wisconsin to go virtual in March of 2020.
School districts had to put together, a virtual instruction model with very, very little lead time, right? And without really having experience doing that.
Erin Fath with the Department of Public Instruction saw that reflected in a survey of Wisconsin districts that she helped run. Every single district reported encountering barriers when switching to this form of learning, naming things like reliable internet, balancing school and working, and getting devices and materials to students. Lawmakers who ordered the report also wanted to know about how much of the curriculum teachers were able to give out. Both Madison and Janesville reported they were able to deliver 85%.
I think that's a really important piece here, is that despite what happened, the very little notice to transition and having very little time to put it together, schools still deliver instruction to students, right? And we know it's not perfect, right? I mean, it was challenging for everybody. But I think that is key.
With some districts continuing with virtual learning and with this new method open for future emergencies or snow days, Fath hopes lawmakers can take note of what schools need, more resources and the infrastructure to pull it off.
What is really an important use of this is what you mentioned with lawmakers, looking at this so that they can really understand, get a better sense of why is this a big challenge, right? And what should we be able to expect school districts, public schools to be able to do when resources are not necessarily there.
Now, Fath pointed out this survey also showed what else a school does for community and for children. While schools have been closed, the survey found they were still able to deliver 24 million meals to students.
Amy, thank you. Let's go to weather now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Charlotte. Skies are mostly cloudy, but we're not seeing much in the way of fog. Here's the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam in downtown Madison. You can see the Capitol lit up pretty nicely, not seeing any fog there. Doppler track, a few snow showers over eastern South Dakota. That's about the nearest snow of any consequence. Visibilities right now at or above 10 miles across southern Wisconsin. A little bit of light fog starting to show up over parts of northeastern Iowa and southeastern Minnesota. Eventually, at some point, we will see some light snow or some light fog across parts of southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now are in the middle to upper 20s. These temperatures will be slow to fall thanks to the cloud cover. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down into the lower 20s. Could see a little patchy fog overnight. And tomorrow will just be a cloudy day with very similar to today, high temperature of about 28 degrees. We'll see more clouds for Sunday as well. But the good news is maybe we'll see some sunshine early next week. More details in the forecast in a few minutes.
The remains of the F-16 pilot who was killed when his plane went down in the Upper Peninsula last month will be returning home this weekend. On Sunday, the 115th Fighter Wing at Truax Field will honor Major Durwood Jones with a hero's welcome. After Major Jones's remains arrive in Wisconsin, a processional from the 115th Fighter Wing main gate to Crest Funeral Home on University Avenue will take place. Anyone in the community looking to honor him is encouraged to line the route of the procession to show their support.
Getting a live look now at our nation's capital at this hour. It was another quiet day there, no major incidents, but the fallout from Wednesday's riot is just beginning. Today, 3 House Democrats announced they will introduce articles of impeachment against President Trump on Monday. That could set up a full chamber vote by midweek, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has not yet said whether the House will actually take a vote. Republican members of Congress are already speaking out against that proposal. One of those Republicans, Representative Brian Stile of Janesville, he says, quote, "What we need right now is leaders to tone down their actions, not inflame the situation."
Also developing today, President Trump says he will not be in attendance at Joe Biden's inauguration on January 20th. He will be the first incumbent president since Andrew Johnson to do so. The president did not offer any clues about what he will be doing instead. Tonight, Twitter has permanently suspended President Trump's account, saying allowing it any further could incite more violence. Experts say social media could have also played a large role in Wednesday's riot.
The spread of misinformation is just one of the reasons why. Adam Duxter joins us live with what we're learning tonight. Adam?
Yeah, the expert I spoke with says there's actually some precedence to this, as in 2018, misinformation on the app WhatsApp actually led to mob violence and lynchings in India. And he says Wednesday's violence at the Capitol follows some of the same storylines. UW professor Dietram Scheufele says it starts with having a key piece of misinformation. In this case, that being the election was stolen from President Trump, and from there, it's shared widely, picking up traction and legitimacy along the way. He says the president understands his online presence and power and used it to amplify the crowds, only making them more angry.
We have a president who is willing to use this medium, or the algorithmically driven media like Twitter, like Facebook, very liberally when it comes to information. I think a lot of the followers of Donald Trump think what he tells them is true, because what the president tells me is true. And we're in a really bad spot as a country if I cannot believe the president of the United States to tell me the truth.
But the UW professor I spoke with today says it's not just Trump and it's not just information, but social media as a whole and the algorithms behind it that are causing us to become more of a nation divided in thought. We'll have the latest tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Adam, thank you. A teacher in the Burlington area school district near Milwaukee has been suspended after he told his students he traveled to Washington, D.C. and shared voter fraud conspiracy theories in class. He has been identified as Jeff Taff, who was a history teacher at Burlington High School.
The actions of those who stormed the Capitol Wednesday doesn't just affect the adults who watched around the world. Many of our children were watching too. Today, our Jamie Perez heard from some local kids about what they saw.
What happened at our nation's capital this week is something that will go down in history, and our kids were watching. Our morning photojournalist Mark Schilling asked his son what he felt hearing about what happened.
When my dad told me about what happened at the Capitol, I was really surprised, and there was shootings, so I was also a little worried.
The little girl who started a virtual lemonade stand and raised thousands of dollars for a local nonprofit in Madison on her emotions as she watched the break-ins.
Everyone had to hide under their seats. It was really bad. And I don't think this should happen anymore.
The son of an MMSD teacher who made hundreds of virtual learning desks said what he saw.
It's an exploitation of power.
Our morning meteorologist Hattie McLean asked her kids how they felt this could impact their future.
It makes me question what the future of the U.S. is going to look like and what's going to happen.
I hope this isn't a normal thing. I hope it doesn't happen to every capital every once in a while. I hope this was just the only time that this happens because it's kind of scary.
A Wanakee High School student talked about what she would like to see happen to those who committed federal crimes.
We have white people, white supremacists at that, storming the Capitol building, putting them in lockdown. And there are little to no repercussions. I would like to see everybody who stormed the Capitol building to be fully prosecuted to the fullest extent. It's unacceptable. And domestic terrorism.
The son of the vice chair of Madison's Police Civilian Oversight Board spoke about what he would have done differently.
I probably would have tried my best to see if I could fix the stuff that everybody did, and if I could control what they did, I probably wouldn't have had them doing that.
And a final note on how we can do better in the future.
I think that we need to do a lot more peaceful stuff, and instead of rioting and raiding, I think we should just do a lot more peaceful stuff and a lot more reasonable stuff.
For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
And still to come tonight, the state of Wisconsin officially surpasses 500,000 COVID-19 cases. Plus, as the COVID-19 death toll climbs among Wisconsin prisoners, I'll tell you about the latest vaccine talks for inmates. It's just ahead. Stay with us.
If you suffer from painful varicose veins or embarrassing spider veins, Stoughton Hospital's Dr. Aaron Schwab can help make those unsightly veins disappear. Call today for your consultation. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care, close to home.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Get huge clearance prices on every brand in the store with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Only Maine delivers more satisfaction every day, like a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, giving you 100% confidence in your purchase. How's that for more? The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more happy homes on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob, so you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
If you suffer from painful varicose veins or embarrassing spider veins, Stoughton Hospital's Dr. Aaron Schwab can help make those unsightly veins disappear. Call today for your consultation. Stoughton Hospital, trusted care, close to home.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. The state of Wisconsin has now officially surpassed 500,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases. DHS says more than 30,000 of those cases remain active as of today. State and county health officials say 39 more people died today from the virus, and nearly 140 more were hospitalized. 25 Wisconsin prisoners have now died from COVID-19. Active cases have dropped in recent weeks, but more than half of Wisconsin's prisoners have been infected with COVID-19 at some point since last March.
News 3 Now's Naomi Coles found out where the discussion lies about prisoners getting vaccinated.
This week, when to vaccinate Wisconsin's incarcerated population has been the subject of a lot of debate among the medical experts who are responsible for providing vaccine recommendations to the state. This morning, a majority on a state vaccine advisory subcommittee agreed that they wanted to include prisoners and jail inmates in the same group as people over 70, educators, people in congregate living environments, and first responders.
I don't want to wait until there is a public health crisis, and it will be, to say, oh, yeah, we should have included them. So it's difficult for me to vote for anything that does not have incarcerated populations in it.
Ultimately, this board provides their recommendations to the state, but it's the Department of Health Services that makes the final call on whether prisoners will be part of the next rollout.
We'll wait and see what the recommendations are, and we'll move from there. But again, people who live in congregate settings are at great risk for transmission of this virus, and that's the principle around which I think we're focusing on.
Now, nothing is yet set in stone about who will be part of Phase 1B in vaccine distribution. Reporting for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
Still to come at 6, expanding during the pandemic. We will share a Milton Winery's plan. Plus, we'll check back in with Gary Canalti. He will have the full weekend forecast when we come back.
Menards Bag Sale is back and bigger than ever because this year you get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag for 2 weeks. That's right, now through January 16th. Need new tools? Put them in the bag and save 15%. Updating your bath faucet? Put it in the bag and save 15%. Painting? Save 15%. Whatever you need, if it fits in the bag, you save 15%. In store only through January 16th at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements?
Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay,
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, upgrade to fair.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
Pick up the latest issue of Madison Magazine for our Top Nurses Tribute, a wake-up call on domestic abuse during COVID. Why more locals are saying bye-bye to booze, and exciting new monthly features. Madison Magazine on newsstands now.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Many fans of the popular Connie and Fish local radio show in Madison were shocked to learn this week of the sudden passing of Connie Kelly at the age of 52. Today on Live at 4, we spoke with our longtime co-host.
She was incredible to work with. She was motivating. She's a strong, powerful person, not just a woman, but a person. And she was incredible. She was the, without a doubt, and I'm not saying this because she's gone, without a doubt, the best radio disc jockey I'd ever heard in my career.
Connie passed away after a 4-month battle with liver cancer. Connie and Fish were close friends and had worked together for 25 years.
She will be missed. The pandemic and recent cold aren't keeping a Rock County winery from expanding. Timber Hill Winery in Milton is planning to move and even install its first on-site vineyard. The company will be moving out of its current location to a larger open space on John Paul Road. The owner, Amanda Steffel, says the business is bursting at the seams. The winery sold nearly 34,000 bottles in 2020 alone. She says the move will happen in phases beginning this year.
Well, the weekend is here, and so is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi. He's got our first warn forecast. Gary?
Yeah, the clouds are sticking around. What else is new? 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Expect cloudy skies for tomorrow and for Sunday as well. But the fog should be pretty limited to mainly just the overnight hours, and it'll be patchy. Dry weather, though, is expected not only for the weekend, but for the first part of next week. Might even see a little sunshine Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday mixed in with the clouds. And then there'll be some chances for some light snow or flurries from late Wednesday night into Thursday of next week. Some flurries will linger into Friday, and temperatures will turn colder by the end of the week. We'll be going from the mid-30s back into the mid-20s. Visibility right now still at or above 10 miles for most of the major reporting stations in Wisconsin, but notice to the west now we're starting to see the fog expand a little bit more across Minnesota and Iowa. Well, eventually we'll see some patchy fog here, but it'll be like last night, just kind of spotty at best. Temperatures right now are in the teens up in northern Minnesota. Elsewhere, temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 20s across the rest of the central Midwest. And as we look at weather track, we're kind of in a split pattern. There's the jet stream to the north, the polar jet stream, the strong subtropical jet stream to the south, bringing a couple of storm systems on the east coast and the west coast. But in between, when you have that split flow, there's nothing really to move the weather along. So we're just kind of stuck with these low clouds, nothing to really scour them out or move them out of the way. So we call it persistence forecast. In meteorology is the best way to go. Just keep the same forecast from day after day until you see some kind of a change. There's a weak cold front to our north and west. It's more of a wind shift line than anything else. The colder air stays north of the U.S.-Canadian border. In fact, right now temperatures are in the upper teens to lower 20s in much of Minnesota, mid to upper 20s elsewhere, a few low 30s down to the south, but there's not much of a temperature contrast. The colder air north of the U.S.-Canadian border, that's where temperatures really are in the teens and even some single digits in the central Canada. But as we look at future track, the clouds, well, there's just nothing to really move them out. There's winds will be pretty light out of the north and northwest over the next couple of days. That will keep the clouds around here. We'll see some patchy fog at night. We'll continue that trend into Sunday. Maybe by sometime Sunday evening, we'll start to see some breaks in the clouds. And as we head into Monday, maybe these low clouds that start off in the morning will break up enough to give us at least a little bit of sunshine during the afternoon hours. The forecast for tomorrow calls for mostly cloudy skies, seasonably cold weather, high temperature 28 degrees, 7 to 10 day forecast, quiet weather with temperatures in the upper 20s into early next week. Again, some sunshine chances in the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, then some light snow from Wednesday night into Thursday, flurries into Friday, another chance of light snow on Sunday. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday is probably going to be a cold one with high temperatures around 20 with some scattered flurries.
Next at 6, celebrating the end of chemotherapy in true Wisconsin form. A story next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
How about poor Fred Wilson?
What a shame. So soon after retiring.
I hear his wife needed help with the funeral expenses.
That's ridiculous. He had Social Security.
When my brother died, his wife received a check from Social Security, all right, for $255. The funeral costs were well over $8,000. How on earth did she pay for it? Fortunately, my brother bought additional life insurance before he retired. I bet that cost a pretty penny, huh? Not with Colonial Penn. Coverage options start at just $9.95 a month. Well, less than 35 cents a day. I have it myself.
We both do.
Both of you?
That's right. Neither of us had to answer any health questions or take a physical exam. In fact, no one our age can be turned down for any health reason.
No one?
Nope.
Is this a plan that offers a lot of protection at first and then reduces it little by little each year?
No, I've had this coverage for years. My benefit never decreases as I get older.
Your rates go up every year, right?
No, not at all.
Friends keep telling friends about guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. With this coverage, your premium never increases for any reason, and your benefit won't decrease simply because you grow older. Options start at just $9.95 a month. If you're age 50 to 85, you cannot be turned down because of your health. Colonial Penn specializes in protection for mature men and women. To find out more, call now.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner and this free prescription savings card that can help you save up to 80% on prescription drugs. Call 1-800-797-8989 for your free information and 2 free gifts. There's no risk. That number again is 1-800-797-8989. Call now.
A sewer backup destroys a Janesville woman's basement.
This isn't my fault. I didn't cause the damage.
But the city says they're not liable either. Why this disabled vet is afraid she'll lose her home. Could it happen to you? News 3 Now investigates Sunday at 10. Watching News 3 Now at 6.
6 members of the Green Bay Packers are capping off a successful regular season by being named All-Pro. No surprise, heading that list, the NFL announcing quarterback Aaron Rodgers, along with wide receiver Davante Adams, tackle David Bakhtiari, and center Corey Linsley, all were voted first-team All-Pro. Linebackers Adarius Smith and cornerback Jair Alexander were also named second-team All-Pro. Well, the Packers will be allowing about 6,000 fans into Lambeau Field next weekend for the divisional playoff game. In addition to frontline healthcare workers, the team is also inviting some season ticket holders. Those ticket holders who opted in this summer for the chance to purchase tickets will receive more information this week via email.
Some excellent news for a Packers fan who is celebrating in a very Wisconsin way. 22-year-old Tyler Bloomdahl has been fighting stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma after finishing his 12th and hopefully final round of chemo. In his Aaron Rodgers jersey, he rang the bell and he just shotgunned a beer.
Busch Light. Contemplating that for a couple days. I had to get a good one. I wanted to make sure it was going to be the right one, but I ended up going with the one that I've always liked. So had to go with the Busch Light.
Pat McAfee, a popular podcaster, as well as several Packers fans, shared the video on Twitter, and it has more than 1 million views. Congratulations, Tyler.
Special moment. Cause for celebration. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Well, still have very little fog out there right now. Visibility is at or above 10 miles from all the major reporting stations in southern Wisconsin. Temperatures are in the upper 20s. Madison right now, middle 20s at 26. Look for cloudy skies for tomorrow. High temperature at 28, and will be cloudy for Sunday as well before seeing a little sunshine early next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.